I went to BLISS N ESSO last night and it was amazing. The message, their music, the vibe, the tribe. It was just cracked people open to a new level of consciousness. And what I really loved, I took my daughters, and they're 13 and they're 16 and they're friends, and I met my friends there, and they just created such a beautiful environment. And music is therapy. It literally is therapy. And so I would recommend my clients to go and see them, because, and any music that opens your heart and gets you to start reflecting on who you are and what you need to look at and what you could do differently and how you can be in less pain. None of us want to be in pain. And so when we have unresolved issues and we've got childhood trauma, we push those emotions down with alcohol and drugs and overeating and undereating or cutting, or it shows up in lots of different ways that are overwhelming. They take over our life. They stop us from being able to live our full potential. And they stop us from being able to do what we really want to do in our life. And they stop us from being happy. And the good news is that it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to slowly be going through that pain every single day to the point where you want to numb the pain and just feel numb, so you're not really living, and you're numb to the point when you numb something, you're actually taking away the negative feelings, but you're also taking away the positive feelings as well. So your unconscious mind doesn't understand, I just want to take away the horrible feelings. It takes away the positive too. It actually numbs the pain completely. So the point of what you want to do is actually deal with the root cause of what is actually going on. And the problem isn't the drugs, and the problem is never the alcohol, and the problem is never they're all the symptoms, they're all the things that show up. The root cause is the problem, and finding it's not even a problem, it's just finding the root cause and dealing with it. And I got to tell you, when I was younger, and even now, I'm like, I got to deal with my negative emotions or whatever's coming up. It's not that bad. You sit with a good professional person. When you sit with me, I can help you deal with that stuff. It's easy for me. Don't want to revel in your misery, but it's easy for me. If I sit with someone and get that help, I can get that out so it's not there anymore. The problem, you are not the problem. There's nothing wrong with you. We just have stuff that we need to deal with. And when we deal with that stuff, when we get it out, it's no longer there. So then you don't need to do all that other drinking, drugs, alcohol to the excessive point where it's absolutely ruining your life. So the good news is that there is hope. And the good news is that it's not that hard. And you've got to be brave, and you have to have courage, and you've got to be willing, and you need to be ready. And so sometimes it takes people till they have a baby, or until sometimes it never happens for people. But I'm encouraging, maybe just listening to this could be the message that you need to hear, just to hear this message to say, hey, I do some of that stuff, and maybe it's because I've got unresolved issues that I don't know that are there, that I have no idea what they are, and you're completely unconscious to them, but you're doing some stuff in your life, e.g. you're a drug addict, you're depressed, or you've got anxiety. All of those things need to be dealt with in a personal, individual way. And so just having the courage to be able to look at that stuff, and the good news is, when you look at that stuff, it's not that hard. Just thinking about looking at that stuff is the hard part. Actually looking at that stuff and looking within is actually the easy part, because when you look within and you search deep within your soul, and it's like you peel back the layers of the onion, all of that pain and suffering goes away, and you don't have to go through that every day anymore. And it just goes away. And you can be happy, and you find out who you really are. And when you find out who you really are, it's not some scary, dark, horrible thing that you need to be frightened of. What you find out is that you are a beautiful human being, and that you're loved, and that you belong, and that you matter, and that you're important. So if you like this, if this has been helpful, please like or share or tag someone that needs to hear this message. It could be just that one little thing. It doesn't matter what I'm saying, it's what you're thinking or feeling whilst I'm saying it, or you could share it with someone that could make a difference. And last night when I was at BLISS N ESSO, it doesn't matter what they're singing on stage and what they're doing, it's what I'm thinking and feeling that matters, that helps, and it's the crowd and what we're going through. And so it's the message that's important. So please share if it's helpful. And I'm just reach out. There is help. There is help, but it's not that hard. I promise you it's not that hard. It can be dealt with. You just need to be brave.